This is the end, my only friend, the end. It's like Jim Morrison is just right here in the room with us. Robert Mueller's special counsel investigation into Russia's interference on the 2016 election is over. We did it, everyone. Good job by you. Okay. Yeah, its main conclusion is a very good one for President Donald Trump. Mueller found that neither Trump nor anyone in his campaign colluded or coordinated with the Russian government to help him win the 2016 election, according to Attorney General Bill Barr's assessment of the Mueller report. Important sidebar here. No collusion. Its secondary conclusion that not enough evidence existed to charge Trump with obstruction of justice in the investigation is less clear, as Mueller noted that his findings do not exonerate Trump fully on that particular question, again, according to Barr. So, it's over. Or at least the Mueller part of all of it. Because, of course, House Democrats are still investigating and will continue to investigate Trump and his administration on all sorts of things between now and that long-off election in November 2020. But before we put Mueller in the rearview mirror, there's still one question, really a couple, but one major one that keeps bugging me. Why, if there was no collusion or coordination between the Trump campaign and the Russians, was there so much contact between people in Trump's orbit and that foreign power? Why did the Trump campaign not report the Russian attempts to interfere in the election to law enforcement at the time? And most importantly, why did so many of those Trump associates lie about the depth and breadth of their conversations and interactions with the Russians? They're good questions, right? Thanks. So let's try to get to the bottom of some of them, and let's start here with some facts. Fact number one, at least 16 Trump associates had contacts with the Russians either during the 2016 campaign or in the transition period that followed Trump's victory. Fact one. Fact two, 3 people, National Security Advisor Mike Flynn, Trump fixer Michael Cohen, and Foreign Policy Advisor George Papadopoulos, pleaded guilty to either lying to the FBI or Congress about talking with the Russians during the campaign and transition and what they talked about. Those 2 facts are not in dispute, and they do send up a whole heck of a lot of smoke. So where's the fire? Okay, let's start here. Take Cohen. Trump's former lawyer and Michael Clayton-like figure pleaded guilty to lying to Congress about how long he was in conversations with the Russians about the potential of building a Trump Tower Moscow, and how up to speed Trump and Trump's family was on those conversations. So why did he lie?
The last time I appeared before Congress, I came to protect Mr. Trump. Today, I am here to tell the truth about Mr. Trump.
So, according to Cohen, who is, it's worth noting, a convicted liar, he lied about his contacts with the Russians to protect Trump and Trump's presidential prospects. But, according to Mueller, there's no evidence whatsoever of collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians. Now, sidebar here. Barr summarized Mueller's definition of coordination this way, quote, an agreement tacit or expressed between the Trump campaign and the Russian government on election interference. Always important to know the terms of the debate. Now, there's lots more examples like Cohen's. Trump associate interacts with Russians during the course of the campaign. When confronted about those interactions, Trump associate lies. Oftentimes, as was the case with Cohen, the lies carry actual real criminal penalties. And yet they do it anyway. Except they aren't doing it, again according to Mueller, to hide some broad collusion campaign between Trump and the Russians. Which brings me back to my central question. Why the hell are they lying then? Now I have 2 working theories. Here we go. Theory number 1. They're lying not to cover up collusion with Russia, but to cover up other crimes they know they have committed at some point down the line. Take the case of Deputy Campaign Chairman Rick Gates and his boss, convicted felon and one-time Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort. Now they knew they had committed a series of financial fraud crimes in their dealings with pro-Russian Ukrainian governments. So they lie in hopes that that never comes out. Theory number 2. The Trump campaign was not exactly stocked with the best and brightest minds in the political and legal worlds. For all of Trump's attempts to rewrite history about how he always knew he was going to win the White House, the truth is much, much different. Neither Trump nor any of his closest associates or his family members thought he would win, or that his campaign would even go anywhere in the course of the Republican primaries. As a result, the talent he attracted wasn't very, talented. Manafort had been out of top-tier presidential politics for decades and had always been rumored to have done shady work for foreign governments. Cohen rose so high in Trump world by his willingness to say and do whatever was necessary to protect Mr. Trump. Flynn had been fired by President Barack Obama. And the common thread among Trump associates during the campaign was utter and complete loyalty to Trump and a previously demonstrated willingness to bend and at times break the rules. These were not and are not the best and the brightest. And boy, did they act like it. Breaking news, folks. Liars lie. Number 3. The other popular theory is that while Mueller found some evidence that some elements of the Trump campaign sought to collude, he didn't find enough to establish a clear and incontrovertible link, and therefore couldn't say there was collusion. I know liberals are very keen on that theory, but maybe? Sort of feels like a stretch to me. Here's the thing. The Mueller report seems to be mostly behind us, or at least in the process of getting there, which means we may never know the real answer for why so many people lied about Russia. But what we do know, in the words of one famous American, is that there was no collusion. And that is the point. We release new Point episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Check them all out.